Another Conference USA basketball preview here for Stadium. David Sugarman, thrilled to be joined by the head coach of the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs, Talvin Hester. Coach, thanks so much for taking some time with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. Louisiana Tech taking on UAB tomorrow afternoon. Let's start with some of the strengths of UAB that you're going to have to keep an eye on. They score more than anybody in the conference, a little over 86 a game. The simple answer is they have a good offense. The harder question is, what do you do to try and slow them down a little bit?
We just have to execute and be solid. We play at a pretty high pace too, possessions per game. We pride ourselves on our defensive end of the floor. So more so than slowing them down pace wise, we just want to value each possession, see if we can get a stop on each possession, keep the game manageable. Don't turn the ball over because they feast off turnovers with their switching defenses. And then just value the basketball on our end of the court. So we just want to really focus on us and us being super solid in the game, and then we'll prepare. It's really weird. We come off two totally different styles playing North Texas last game, who doesn't score many points, but they hold people to only 55 a game, and we go to a team that scores a bunch. So just kind of adjust and switch our mindsets to two different styles. So.
Another one of the reasons that they score a lot of points on top of feasting off turnovers is they're one of the better rebounding teams, specifically on the offensive boards. They actually lead Conference USA. How do you emphasize getting on the glass tomorrow?
They're doing an offensive rebound. We got all five guys on our defensive end of the floor got to box out and limit them to one shot. I think that's what we talk about value in each possession. Our defensive possessions don't end until we get a defensive rebound. And so we got to put bodies on guys. At the end of the day, it's not a group of five going to the glass to rebound for them. They just have really good, big men and really good forwards. It crashed really hard, and we got to know where they are and know who they are and be able to put a body on them and then go seek those rebounds with our five guys. So we're prepared for that. We've talked to our team about that. And then, like I said, they have a prolific scorer in Jordan Walker. So when you have the combination of turning people over, attacking the offensive glass, and a guy that can get a bucket whenever he wants, it's a task in front of us. So.
Shifting from UAB to focusing on you guys for a little bit, how's your heart rate? Because you've had a lot of really close games this season. What are you learning about your team and executing down the stretch in some of these really down to the wire finishes that you've had through the first half of the year?
More so about the league. The league is tough. Every night is a battle. It is a fight. It is a knockdown, drag out. But about my team, we're resilient. We keep fighting. We don't give up whether we're down. Sometimes we got to stay a little more focused when we're up. But like I say, we're good enough to be in the fight. And like I said, I think that the tougher team usually prevails in the end. We still have to value every possession like it's the last possession, whether it be the first possession of the game or the last possession of the game, or the one right before the half. Because at the end of the day, in 1 and 2 point and 3 point losses, it's not per se the last possession that did it. It could be something early in the game that did it to give that other team the edge, or where they give us the edge in the win.
On a personal note, what has the transition been like this year for you? You've been in the college game for a long time, but as an assistant for 2 decades, your first head coaching job, what has been the biggest difference and adjustment for you?
More stress. Going from really worried about the job you do as an individual, as an assistant, trying to be, great for your head coach and great for the team, great for the players and be there for them, to doing all of that, plus worry about, you got to worry about your staff and all the outside things, just taking it all in, and you being the leader of it all, the CEO of it all. That's the biggest adjustment, not only worrying about the players, but worrying about the guys in other offices that I manage, and worrying about our trainers and our managers and all of those people that go under, our academic people that help us, our trainers. When you put all that in place, you just are accountable for a lot of people, and you want all of them to feel welcome and wanted, but there's a standard that everybody in the program has to hit. So holding everybody to the standard.
Coach, in getting ready for this, I had to look up some things about Louisiana so I could feel like I can relate to the locals. I haven't been, but the official dish of the state is gumbo. So I'm going to put you on the spot whenever I make my first trip to Louisiana, where are the gumbo spots to hit up?
In our town, Punxsutawney. That's where you get gumbo. I just was asked a question earlier. They said on the interview, they said if you could eat any food every day for the rest of your life, and I told them gumbo. And the crazy part, I'm not from Louisiana, but it's really good.
Well, you're really endearing yourself to the locals with an answer like that. Coach, thanks so much for taking a few minutes today.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Head coach Talvin Hester getting his Bulldogs ready. Saturday at 3 o'clock, they'll be hosting UAB. It'll be 3 o'clock central tip-off here on Stadium.
Go Dogs.